G'day everyone, welcome to my round 4 preview for Richmond and the Bulldogs. This game is on Saturday, 9th of April, 7:25 p.m. Okay, now I didn't do my ramble this week after the Saints game. I don't know, poor timing, didn't really have time, and by the time I was going to do it, it was Wednesday, and yeah, anyway, so I thought I might just I'll do my preview here and it might be a bit of a ramble too for the Saints game, but anyway, we'll see how this goes. I I'm not confident. I am not that confident going into this game. I think we could still win. We could pull something out of the hat and win, but I think if we were going to play the Dogs, I wish we did it in round, you know, 1 or 2, because I think now after round 3, yeah, last week. Well, their win over Sydney, it didn't look good on the scoreboard, but don't let that fool you. The Dogs against the Swans, they were harsh. They should have belted them. The first half defense was they was yeah. I mean, it was an ugly game. It was an ugly win, but it was a win, and they should have won by a lot more. They won the contested ball 25. Yeah, they dominated. But regardless, it's another week. Hopefully we can snag a win over them because, geez. Anyway, okay, let me get into this. So our ins and outs that I predict. Well, we are expected to get Rewalt back, Prestia back. I have no idea who goes out for Rewalt. I guess Ross is probably going to be the unlucky one and goes out for Prestia, which will suck. But because I really like what Ross is doing, but I'm just not sure who else goes out. It's got to be either like Ross or Ralph Smith gets unlucky. You're not going to drop Parker, in my opinion. Who knows? Who knows what happens? I don't think you're definitely not going to drop Dow. He was great. So yeah, it's going to be an unlucky omission, but it will be good to have Presty back as long as he's at full fitness. I wouldn't want to bring him in if he's a little bit underdone. We got to bring him in at full fitness. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't come in, but he probably will. Who goes out for Rewalt? Got no idea. That's going to be a really interesting one. And obviously Grimes is coming out. And that's probably just Miller coming in, I guess. That makes sense to me. Bring Miller back in. Now, I would really love to see Sonsi get a gig. He had, I think it was 31 disposals and 11 clearances. The disposals isn't necessarily an indication to get a call up because disposals is a lot more than just the number of sheer disposals, but the 11 clearances like that, get him in and just see what he does. Just throw him in, see what he does. The only reason I wouldn't throw him in is just if he's not, obviously if he's not at like full fitness, because that was one of the things the coaches were saying about him is he has the talent, he just needs a bigger tank. So obviously if he has that tank and he can perform for 4 quarters or 3.5 or 3 3/4, I say throw him in, but maybe it is a bit soon. If he does what he did in the VFL again this weekend, definitely throw him in. But I would just love to see him get a gig. Sort of Ross 2019 vibes with Sonsi. I don't know. I just think he's ready. But we'll see what they do. Now, with Grimes out and probably Miller coming in, should we throw Bolter back though? Like, could that be something we do? Maybe Miller doesn't come in, and we just bring in Prestia and Rewalt. And then possibly Sonsi or something, and then we just throw Bolter back because we know what he's like as a defender. We could just throw him back if things get out, because I think that's probably a bigger priority here than him being a forward. Is him being back and stopping the Dogs? I don't know. It's an interesting one. I thought they were going to do that last week, or not in round 2, I think, but kicking 4 goals in round 2. So we've got. Man, it's an interesting discussion. Let me know what you think about that. Should Bolter play back? But I don't think they will. I think they will just bring in Miller and keep Potter forward. Now, with Tim English, so Tim English was dominant against Sydney. Tim English, what did he have? He had 8 clearances, 28 hit outs, 435 meters gained. He was pretty insane. Now, there's some talk, oh, maybe we drop Soldo for this game and we just go with Nank and let Nank run with English, which is an interesting thought. I would think we don't, and we keep both in and do what we did against the GWS Ruckman, forgot his name, but we just tag team him and run with English all day and dominate him, because I think that's probably a better thing to do. Because with Soldo and Nank teaming up on English, I think we're going to win that. I think, although it is English, he was pretty everywhere last week. But no, I think we leave both of them in, unless it is like a Soldo for Jack, and then you have Bolter and Nank tag team him. That could work. I'd be happy with that, actually. But I don't know. I'm really liking Soldo at the moment. When Soldo's on, Soldo's on. He was so good in round 2. I don't think they're gonna drop him after one game. And I mean, it wasn't necessarily bad. I don't think. I haven't checked his stuff. Well, he wasn't great, but yeah, we know what Soldo can bring. So yeah, I think we keep Soldo and Nank in, and yeah. Obviously the players to watch with the Bulldogs have such an all-star midfield. We've got to watch Dunkley and Cody Waitman can get off the leash, and then there's Smith, there's Hunter, there's McRae. There's a lot of firepower in the Dogs team. I wouldn't be too I don't know if there's anyone saying that this should be an easy win just because of the first 2 rounds of the Dogs. I think they're back. Last week was a step of them getting in the right direction, and I'm worried that they could really, take a big stake out tonight, or not tonight, Saturday night. But man, keep an eye on them. Now, I did this in my last preview. I might mention this stuff again, just the stats between the Dogs and the Tigers. So this is round 3 stats. The Dogs, now this is where we sort of fell a little bit more than round 2, I think. So the Dogs' efficiency inside 50 was 45.8, and we were 36.4. That was pretty. So ignore the whole conceded 10 goals in a row stuff. That's defensive stuff. That's a different problem to fix. But this is just our forward half efficiency. We're still not there. We're still not efficient. I think we took our GWS win a bit too. Oh yeah, we're back, because I think that was an easy game. We've got to get our efficiency up. That'd be nice. However, tackles was. I remember pointing that out. We've got to get our tackles up, and we did. We bounced back big time. We got 53 tackles and 16 inside 50. I'm happy with those numbers. As long as we keep those numbers, or even better, get higher. Pretty happy. Pretty happy with that. And then the Dogs had 65 tackles and 10 inside 50, so they'll probably go a bit better than that too. I'm not sure. But and then clearances 41 to 34. We're not going to win clearances. I'll be very surprised if we win clearances, but that's not, I wouldn't fuss over that. Let's just get our fundamentals going again. Bring in the heat, and just see what happens. But as I sort of mentioned at the start, I'm really not confident about this game. I'm really worried that this could be an ugly, ugly loss and a big win for the Dogs. Although in this game last year, there was a bit of the same kind of narrative going on where Tigers are done, Doggies were like on top of the ladder or something, or second or something, and we came out and smashed them. Can we do that again? A year's a long time in footy. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen again. I would love it if we win. I'm just really not sure. Now, on the other hand, if we do lose, I hope we don't get smashed. I wouldn't mind losing by, as long as our game is there, and there's moments where our game is there, and things are. It's like, oh, that was a really good game. I'm not necessarily saying if we lose, I want to lose by like a goal or something. Like, we can lose by whatever margin. Well, not a blowout, but as long as our game is there and we looked good, and it's like, well, we'll be disappointed with that just because we could have won. Like, I would like to at the end of the game be like, we could have won that game, or even we should have won that game. You know what I mean? Wouldn't like that, but like that's how I would want to lose, not get smashed. Because if our game is there, then we can move on to next week and go with a bit of confidence that, hey, look, we got this, this, and this right, and it wasn't just an absolute smashing. Because after a smashing, like we've had in the past, with the Saints and Geelong, games like that, it's a really tough week when you get smashed, and I don't want to get smashed again. Like, oh, that'll be harsh. Probably a bit early to say, but that could be season over if we get smashed this weekend, possibly. But man, yeah. Anyway, these are my quick little thoughts on my little preview. Team selection comes out tonight. If there's any sort of shock, I might make another video just talking about team selection, but I don't think it's going to be any too much of a shock. Yeah. So please comment below your thoughts on this game. How are you? Are you confident? You're not confident? You like me? You're just not confident at all? And yeah. Anyways, yeah. Let me know your thoughts. And because this game is on a Saturday, I will most likely do a ramble for this game, uploaded on Monday. Probably Monday. Most likely Monday. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to my preview. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.